Hello, my dears. My name is Joanna, and I'll welcome you to Johanna Draconis, the Deconstruction of the PTSD podcast. In this episode, we will talk about what we can do about feeling inferior, like an impostor, a lack of self-confidence, and the voices in your head giving you a hard time. This is a continuation from last episode, as I offered and was asked for. We are basically working on getting rid of Betty, if we go by our other example. It is important to do this, so you can live a fulfilling life, have less risk of getting in the hands of an abuser, and can take better care of yourself. So let us talk about it. I am sure many of us have been in the situation where you were determined to stand your ground, but once it all started, it all kind of got lost. Or you feel often like a doormat, or feel like many people take advantage of you. This is often a sign of low self-esteem, lack of boundaries, and the inability to stand up for yourself. We talked about it last episode, about the inner voices and feeling inferior. I strongly recommend listening to that episode first. To make an extreme quick recap, these troubles stem usually from childhood or over a long time in adulthood by someone who made you feel this way and you believing them. Doesn't have to be with bad intentions on their end. But now, the interesting question I only briefly touched in last episode is, how do I remove these voices or whatever you're calling it and replace it with healthy ones that will grant me the ability to stand up for myself and help me not to be taken advantage of? And that is what we are doing this episode. By replacing these voices with healthy ones, you will change, and this way people will change how they treat you because you will no longer tolerate it. First, we talk about replacing the response, and then breaking the cycle. Replacing the response is simple and tricky at the same time. And, as usual, once you got the hang of it, it will be just another tool in your toolbox. We go step by step. Step 1. Find the one responsible. That can be a bit tricky if you have no idea where it originated. A trick is to imagine in succeeding in that very thing, then turn around to tell it someone. Who is the person you are imagining? Or keep asking yourself why questions. Step 2. Find a healthy response. That is usually best by someone who has been in your life for a long time. But in the end, also a fictional character or someone you saw react in a healthy way will do. Step 3. Compare them. Now we put them next to each other and try to spot the differences and how these differences came to be. Step 4. Find the argument. Why one is good and the other bad. By finding the argument, you find the reason and understanding what is happening. Step 5. Come from each angle. The more accurate your picture of it all is, the more clear everything gets and the better the shift will happen, which is difficult and other people's perspective can be extremely useful. Step 6. Repeat again and again. Like the last step hinted at, you will have to repeat it again and again. You likely didn't learn this opinion with one statement. You will not lose it with one. It will take multiple times until your brain truly shifts. Step 7. Reinforce the new voices. You achieve this by making small experiences to build up your new confidence, solidifying the new perspective, and give the change time to take place. Your brain needs to truly understand to change its ways. In my experience, the deeper the root of those voices, the more it feels like pulling a beast back and placing it somewhere else. But once in place, it is also hard to remove. There are many reasons why doing this is so important. It is about breaking the cycle. Sometimes just one, but often so many more. First, it removes the vulnerability for new abusers to take root in your life and you ending in a bad situation. For example, people accept bad romantic partners because they think they don't deserve better. The only way they are worth something if they have someone who has worse on their side. But that mindset puts off healthy and good people and works like a magnet for abusers and bad partners. Secondly, it will prevent you teaching your children the same thing, even if it's subconsciously. That cycle can truly end with you. Thirdly, it will change your everyday life, as you are, likely, still stuck in the abuse cycle. Be it mindset, the way you treat yourself, the way you treat others, how you handle things, and so on. Then you need a new cycle and a new normal. Most importantly, it just changes the feedback loop. We go from a vicious cycle to a virtuous one. It gets better with time, and the more you notice the changes, the easier it gets. As usual, pushing through the beginning is the hardest. As someone said nicely, change isn't a goal you achieve, but a mindset. To avoid burnout, I recommend setting yourself small milestone goals and celebrating achieving them. That was it for today's episode. I hope you found it helpful. Hope you are safe and well. And, as always, if you have any questions or feedback and the like, please let me know at contactme@johannatakonis.com. More information and transcript you can find as usually under johannatakonis.com/podcast/ and links are in the description. I hope to see you next time, watch yourselves, and have a wonderful time.